Today, good morning everyone. It is now the morning after Typhoon Dolphin passed through the Rota Channel last night. So I'm with Jason, I'm Sabrina. We're just taking a short tour to take a look at some of the damage from the storm. As you can see over here to the left, there's a tree that's down the road.
Yeah, I wish we could say this is a leisurely stroll, but we're certainly taking our commute very, very delicately. As you can probably see, there are a lot of cars out on the road right now. Fortunately, everybody, because, as Guamanians, we're very responsible. But, everybody's been cooped up for the last, 24, as long as, 30 hours and everything. Everybody naturally wants to see what the damage is. People want to go around and see, like, our stores open? Can they at least go out and get a bite to eat, get a hot breakfast? But the official word as we're shooting this right now is everybody still needs to stay inside. As you can see, the rain does have a certain amount of velocity, and the road conditions are very dangerous. None of the street lights are on, you may notice. So we are on Marine Corps Drive right now. We're just passing the entrance to what used to be the Dededo precinct for the Guam police. So the entrance to Santa Barbara is over there. There looks to be a few storm shutters over at the Taco Bell that may have blown off. We're seeing that a lot because the winds were so intense and so aggressive for a little bit. And we didn't escape that ourselves. Some of the storm shutters at the KUAM studios, yeah, they came right off the hinges.
And we're actually heading towards Dededo, Yigo, right? And so the northern part of the island was what really took a run of this storm, as the National Weather Service was telling us last night. They were forecasting 110 to 125 miles per hour.
Now, if I can just allude to over there on the right side, that's a very popular barbecue spot over there near the A1 shoe store. That's pretty impressive that that's still up. That's basically like a wood and tin awning, and they've got like metal, like heater and things like that. That's actually impressive. And having, as you and I have over the years, Bree, we've covered so many different storms of various intensity and everything. I'm actually surprised in a very positive and very thankful way that there's not more damage right now. We're seeing some trees, as you said, down. We're not seeing wires that are strewn across the street.
Power poles seem to be intact.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Which is very, very good. I mean,
but then again, we were seeing information from the Joint Information Center, and there were reports of power outages all around the island.
Yeah.
And we know that the Guam Power Authority, they're actually out and about now, restoring power and electricity to island residents. So it just takes some time, and we hope that everybody that does not have power will be patient. We can't send the GPA crews out in the middle of the storm.
Yeah. Here's another area, Island Supplies, or Lucky Supplies, I should say, over here on the left. Normally, because of the way that parking lot it is, that structure right there, along with the Prestige automobiles, they would get flooded out, but they're not right now. So it seems like the runoff is still good. So there was a lot of rain, but we're basically in the part of the island that took the majority of the force of Typhoon Dolphin, and it doesn't seem like the damage is that significant.
Right, at least here along Marine Corps Drive. We haven't gone into the secondary roads.
Well, there you go. We'll try and see if we can get a...
Is that a power?
Yeah, we'll do a U-turn right there, because that ironically is at GPA's big substation here in Dededo, and it looks like the gate got bent backwards, so we'll pull over the side of the road so our camera guy Carlito can get a shot of this. And this is kind of what we're used to seeing in storms of this magnitude. As you can see right there, I mean, like, look at that. There's a lot of equipment. There's a meter there on this gate, and I know because I used to live in this part of the island. This gate has actually been here for a while. As you can see, there's a container behind it and everything like that. So there was a lot of weight on this gate, and it just looks like it may have succumbed to the intensity of the wind.
And actually, the governor and disaster response teams are actually going around the island as we speak, as we are, doing damage assessments to determine, how Guam fared during Typhoon Dolphin. I keep wanting to call it Typhoon Bobby, but I know it's not Typhoon Bobby.
And then again,
it's still on my mind.
Yeah, as you're seeing right now, you see so many headlights on right now, and that doesn't necessarily mean everybody's out, just looking for the next great selfie to put on social media, or they're not just joyriding, or they're not just looking out, trying to get something to eat because they do have cabin fever. Some of these people, they want to check on their friends. They may have family in another village. So some of these people, have been waiting to get out, or they may be farmers who want to check on the status of their ranch somewhere. As is typical for big storms on Guam, as soon as the major damage passes, everybody heads out, like I said, to the ranch. They go out into the yard, they start cleaning up, and then they're going to gather all of this material together, and they need some place to dump it. So that's probably what's going to happen over the next 12 hours. You're going to see a lot of Guamanians gathering, trees that have fallen. Like you said, you're going to see huge trash bags full of material, there may be metallic waste, there may be, like natural, biodegradable stuff, but...
And you can hear our phones constantly ringing, or beeping. I think we're just getting a service back.
We're near the entrance of Ipapao Estates, where I grew up, and there is a tree that is basically...
right on the line.
Yeah, pulling, it's basically being held up by power lines, so that is not good. But there is my old neighborhood where I grew up.
I noticed the power, the street lights are off, but I think that was done as a precaution.
Yeah.
In anticipation of the strong winds and the storm. But I was looking at the recovery list. It does say that GPA crews are out there now, restoring power as we speak.
Well, tell you what, everybody. If you're watching us on the internet and you're thinking of setting up a new business on Guam, get into the laundromat business. Times like this, you are going to make a lot of money over the next couple of weeks.
I washed all of my clothes.
As did I.
But that's how we are, right? Everybody on Guam, they know exactly what to do to prepare for a storm.
Yeah. And so technically now we are in 3, 2, 1. We have exited Dededo, and we are now in Yigo, which is Guam's northernmost municipality. Like, most people think Dededo is the largest. Dededo is the most populous. Yigo is actually, in terms of landmass, Guam's largest village. So we are now going into your village.
Right. I live in Yigo. I'm originally, though, from Agate. I can't not say that because my mom and dad would be very upset with me.
Okay, here on the left side, the former Ace Hardware / former amusement park area. Again, like, the parking lot is not flooded. It has a tendency to flood. And as we're passing some businesses here, we can also see, like, some of the signs are up now. It's not immediately, we're not immediately able to tell if that's
vegetation, though.
Yeah. And we're passing the Yigo fire station right now. We can only speculate on how busy firefighters were for the last 2 days.
Okay, I'm going to roll up the window because the water's coming in.
Yeah. But what we do know, because what our friends over at the Joint Information Center have been telling us, is that 12 babies were born last night. I wonder how many of them are going to be named Dolphin. Or some variation.
Dolphina.
Delphin, yeah. Dolfino.
Come on, Jason, I know you got jokes.
Flipper, yeah.
That's a good one. Carlito. He's our photographer.
Joanne's Bakery is open. That is always a good sign. And some of the best bread you are ever going to have. We should stop by there on the way back.
We should. I think we used all of our and ate all of our Typhoon.
Okay, here is...
water leak right there.
Yeah, not sure if this damage, I don't come up here often enough, but you can see
the
like,
sign
the sign is gone, and over here on the side, that is we'll roll down the window so we can get a shot of it. Yeah, this is the water and the air hose for the mobile station here in Yigo, and it looks to have been knocked down and is leaking very strongly right now.
So I finally get to take a look at the North Point construction. Looks nice.
And this is a new business complex, as I understand it, right? That's coming up, yeah, so.
It's usually covered, so you really don't get a chance to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
But now you do.
And when you say covered, that's just because of, like the construction and the engineering firms, they put up those partitions, I guess.
You know, I think it was Paris Acres. Let's take that road.
Okay. Yeah, so again, Joanne's is open right now, and yeah, they have got a lot of foot traffic in there, it appears. They make really good shoe pao, which is
yes, they do, and they have the egg in the middle.
Yeah,
oh god,
and that itself makes a good warm breakfast. So
that's actually one of our it's actually Carlito, our photographer. It's your favorite, isn't it, Carl? Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite shoe pao, bro? Chicken or pork? Pork.
I like chicken.
My sister's dog was actually named Show Pao.
What kind of dog was it?
Little Chihuahua.
Andy's name is Shoe Pao.
Andy? Andy who?
Wheeler.
Andy Wheeler's dog's name is
Andy's called Shoe. Why is it outside?
Yeah, so we're gonna make a right turn here and head into Paris Acres. This is actually one of Guam's older and probably in the 70s and 80s. This was one of Guam's more affluent neighborhoods. Right now, you get a lot of business people, a lot of high-ranking military officers, very established people would live here. In later years, this has been this is predominantly inhabited right now by the military because it's so close to Anderson Air Force Base. I believe they've also accepted.
Oh, watch out for the trees.
Yeah, there's Section 8 clients today. You can see some of the flooding right here. We were reporting last night on prime time that Yigo has historically had issues with flooding. There's a residence right here, and their front lawn, it would seem, is taking on a lot of water. And right up here, as we pull up to the stop sign, there's a big tree. Oh wow, that just got completely uprooted right there. You can see that. That's a.
Wow. I think I should probably take a picture.
We'll just tell that.
We can't get across. We have to wait for. There's a car over there, so.
But that just shows you the awesome power of Mother Nature right there. Look. Completely just overturned that tree right at the root. That would have to be hundreds and hundreds of pounds of force and pressure to just do that.
Are we clear? Oh, and there's another tree blocking.
Not sure if we can go in.
Let's turn around.
Oh.
The other fence is broken. Gate.
Yeah, okay, the gate right here has, the exit sentry has apparently been bent. Yeah, this one too. Okay, and this may fall on us, so we should get out of the way. Yeah, normally there is a sentry here in Paris Acres, but I guess on account of the weather they're not, so we're just going to drive on in and maybe make a few people upset. We're just doing our jobs. We're reporters. And you can see over here, this Paris Acres has always been known for really nice, lush vegetation. This is the unfortunate downside. When you have very bad weather, a lot of this stuff will spill over into yards, into driveways. Now, what do you call that? Like if you have like an like a lot of these are communal. They're like barbecue, common areas. Yeah, they have covered parking spaces, and right there too, there's a big one.
Okay, yeah, it's really raining. That's pretty much what we've been seeing, though. It's just trees down,
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
Yeah, but I think it's clear that that our friends here also do not have power.
I mean, you don't want to check your phone.
No, because you're not supposed to operate your mobile phone while you're driving, so we're going to responsibly pull over on the side of the road and just wonder why my phone's gone off like 900 times. Oh, okay. I actually didn't get any messages. It's my phone's trying to pair with Bluetooth for the car, which is interesting. Not that any of you care. And I think I've been here before when I was a kid for swim meets and for some birthday parties, and I thought the pool was around here, but I guess it's been too long.
Let's read this press release. Let's see, we got this from the Joint Information Center. Typhoon Dolphin leaving the Mariana Islands. As of 5 a.m., the storm was 125 miles northwest of Guam. A typhoon warning, however, remains in effect for Guam, Rota, Tinian, and Saipan. The typhoon warning will remain in effect until damaging winds are no longer expected later this morning. And there's a quote here from Governor Eddie Calvo. I know everyone is eager to get out and see what happened in the aftermath of the storm. Ray and I encourage everyone to continue sheltering in place until condition of readiness 1 is declared. My team and I will be touring the island again today to see what the damage is and to check for roads made impassable by the storm.
Okay,
I'm
now
going to stop reading because I get really dizzy.
All right, folks, we are leaving
Paris
Paris Acres. That was kind of the most extensive damage we've seen so far from Harmon, Dededo, or Yigo. And again, you know, it was mainly just trees, nothing too taxing as far as the cleanup required. There are some pretty big trees that have gone down here at the Yigo Town Center.
Wow, and they just cleared this area.
Yeah.
So, and these were the trees that were left standing, but not anymore.
You know, one of our coworkers was saying he's wondering, with all these trees getting uprooted, what this is going to do to the ongoing problem Guam has with the rhino beetles. I'm not sure how much, you know, bearing that actually has, but you know, it's going to be interesting to see, like, so many trees are not going to be around anymore. So if that might actually be a natural way to kind of take care of the rhino beetle problem that we have.
Well, these trees aren't like coconut trees or palm trees. These are, I'm not sure what kind of trees these are.
And here is a place that many of us been many times. This used to be Wendy's.
It used to also be Ninja. And now it's Islanders. I've been here one time when it was Ninja.
Yeah. But there's a real nice drive-through back there, yeah. So that used to be Wendy's.
And the infamous Yigo Bank of Guam.
Yeah, so again, it's not an official rating system that the National Weather Service uses, but you know, they have a tendency to say, you know, there are destructive winds. That's when we're in the middle of a typhoon, and then they say, you know, they can say on a lesser scale, they say the winds are still destructive, which means it's, you know, still not safe to go out even though the typhoon is passed like we are right now. But when the winds have passed, that doesn't by any stretch of the imagination mean that the winds are still not dangerous. You know, you can still go outside. They could, you know, cause you, you know, they could blow you and you could, like, you know, get knocked up against the wall, or you could slip. Yeah. And I'm old enough to remember when all of this area right here, probably Carlito the same way, right? Because we grew up here. This was all jungle until maybe about 20, 25 years ago. Yigo has really turned into a big, bustling commercial community. A lot of this right here was completely undeveloped. Okay, right here on the left side, we are seeing some flooding right now. Some of these roads have a tendency to bevel or dip on the left side, so we're going to keep that in mind as we come back. This is kind of the first instance of flooding we've seen, and the mayor of Yigo, Rudy Matanane, was telling us that, you know, he was kind of worried about that.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
So we're now heading into Ganjanero Road, and we're still here in Yigo, continuing our tour of life after Typhoon Dolphin. Wow. This looks different.
Yeah, these are some pretty big trees. The trees are still standing. Oh, okay. Yeah, those fractured very badly. They pretty much ripped.
Yeah, I'm gonna
they ripped
step
those
out
trees
real quick and take a picture. You
right
go
down.
ahead and talk.
Okay, so it's. Yeah, those trees got ripped right down the middle. It looks.
Toothpicks.
Yeah, looks almost like lightning hit them. And there are crews here. I'm not sure if those are from the mayor's offices or those are just concerned residents, but wow. And that's just, you know, you've got trees that are maybe a couple decades old, like for the really big ones, and you know, hundreds if not thousands of pounds, and then just all that incredible force just like shakes them over and over and over, and eventually they just give way.
Yeah, I've never been able to see the church from here. Now I can.
Hey Carl, which typhoon was it that
There's our co-worker, Mike Camacho from District 63. He's just now going home. We were there, what, 24 hours, so.
And you were talking to him last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he lives
2 in the
there.
morning. It's like,
He lives near the baseball field.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Carl, which typhoon was it that
Hold on.
uprooted that big
What's this?
tree down at Academy?
All right, let's go. I thought it was
This guy's stuck.
Is he?
Yeah.
You sure? Let's see if he needs help. Oh, this is what I don't hear.
Yeah, we'll pull over him. Okay. Okay. This is not good. Again, here's a big tree that is
Hanging on the wire.
Yeah, and this is the kind of thing, I guess, like it's is it going to be GPA or DPW or the mayor's offices who have to come out and, you know, safely cut those trees apart, so because that's putting a lot of pressure on the power lines.
And I know, you know, I live in this area, and I know that we're without power. So.
Do you know what time your family said they lost power last night? I think my mom in Ipapawa Estates, they said in that part of Dededo, they said they lost it about 4:30 on Friday in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think it was in the afternoon because my daughter started sending me videos.
Okay, so tell you what, folks, we are going to be good Samaritans and responsible Guamanians. We're going to hang a U-turn and go help that gentleman back there whose car is stranded. But thanks for riding along with us, and please stay safe, Guam.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E,